So before we continue, I've noticed a problem right here, which is the body flows like this, okay? And this is going to be fixable easy. I know, don't get worked up when these things happen. It's just very normal, okay? You're going to go back to the home and then the side of the page home. And then you're going to go to the breakpoint 885. And then you're going to go to the stories and make it 112. And that's going to fix it there, okay? Just a bit of margin. And then as you go slower a bit, it's going to see, it's going to overflow again. And you're going to just go to the next breakpoint. And here right here, instead of 13 viewports width, we're going to make it 12.7. okay, and that's going to fix it also. So now if we go smaller, it's going to be fine, and as you go larger, it's still fine. We're not going to have any problem, okay? This type of things are very normal, and you just deal with them, okay? So let's continue. It's now going to work on the create comments components right here. You have right here, you can write whatever you want. You have for the emojis. Also, you can choose a picture. That's also, you can choose a picture and it's going to be right here, okay? And then the function that we submit and show it, that's going to be, coming after. But for now, we're going to create all of this. And this is going to be happening later, okay? So we can go back right here and then go after the post actions. And we're going to have another div. It's called comments wrap, okay? And this, we're going to have another div, which is called comments order. We're not going to work on that yet, okay? And then right here we're just going to have another component that's going to be for the comments, okay? So maybe we can create that right here. So inside this, in the post, I can have another component that's called create comment or GS, and then RFC. Okay, let's remove that, go back right here, and then let's call that create comment like that. And as you see, we're going to have it right here, okay? So we can go back right here to the create comment, then remove that, go to the class name, and it's going to be create comment wrap, okay? And then we're going to have another class name here, which is going to be create comments. And here we're going to have an image. So we need to pass the user. Let me go back to the post. Do we have the user? Okay, so we don't even have the user. So maybe we can go back to the home, and to every single post we can pass the user. Okay, because we don't need the user to post, we need the actual user that's logged in, okay? So right here we're gonna pass the user. You can just have the use selector again, but I prefer to pass them. Okay, so we're gonna go back to post. This is quite annoying, but you gotta do it. And then we go back and then to the create comments and pass it again. You're used to this now, I've done it a lot of times, okay? That's one of the main strengths of using React. Okay, now we have the user, so now we can just, instead of the image and the source, we're going to simply go to the user dot picture. And I always should remember to use this optional chaining, even though that's restricting for the user. So now we have the picture there. We can have another div after that, which is going to be, let me see, comments input wrap, okay? And right here we're going to have the picker, which is the same one that we had before. So maybe we can just add a state for the picker and then set picker, okay? And then use state, which is going to be in the beginning false. So maybe you can go back where we had them. Okay, we had it in the create post, so you can go back there and get all the functions that we had, okay? So let me just see the functions. Up here we have what is it? So in the emoji picker backgrounds, right here we have it. Okay, so we need this one, okay, and this one. So we're gonna take them both like that and go back. Let me just close all of this, go back right here and then paste them. Okay, and as you see, let me import the use effect like that, okay? And then go back right here and also get the cursor position and the text ref, okay, like that. Also for the text right here, which is going to be, what is it? So this is for the text and the set text, okay? So that's going to be for the comments. So that's going to be the comments itself that we write in, or we can call it text also, so it's not a problem. This is text and this is set text, okay? So we need to import the use ref. Okay, so what else we need? We need also, okay, so we need the reference, okay, and the reference is going to be the text ref. We don't have it, so we're gonna just pass it to, let me go right here. So right here, let me just create an input, and that's going to be type file. That's the first thing, so which is going to be hidden. Don't worry, this is all going to make sense. So this is going to be hidden, and we're going to have an on change, but not for now. Then also going to have an input, which is going to be type text, okay, like this, and just simply going to pass the reference to it, which is going to be the text ref. Okay, so now the problem is going to be fixed. So now we have the input and refers by the text ref, and we do the same thing. We're just going to get the picker. So before that, or maybe after here, if we have picker is visible, then we're simply going to show it, which is going to be the picker like this. Let me import it. Okay, we can, so let me go back right here. Import picker from emoji picker react. We've done this all before. I'm just like doing it again. Okay, it's not that hard. So where is it? So the picker right here. We're gonna have the function which is on emoji click. We're gonna have the same function which is called handle emoji. Okay, like this. So now it's not visible, but if we put the picker right here to be true, it's gonna be visible. Why is it not visible? So with the picker, okay, so now we have it. So now if I go right here and type anything, it should be added right here, and it's not added. And the reason is because we need to go back to the input itself, and then we're gonna add value. Sorry, this is the value of it. It's gonna be from the text that we have in the state. Also, we can have an on change, and the on change is gonna be for the event, and then as we done before, set text the event dot target dot value. So now let me try and add anything right here, and it still doesn't add it. Maybe it doesn't add it. Okay, so because we have the ref, this is the text ref. Let me just see what we've done. Okay, let me refresh this and try again. So now I click something. Okay, this says false because the value is text. And what is the text? So this is, oh, this should not be false. This should be empty because the text is going to be a string. Okay, let me refresh that. So now if I try again, and now as you see, it's been right in right here. Okay, and the same way if we go back like for after the first one and try to do this, it's gonna continue. Okay, let me just show you. So like for this one, and as you see, it's been written here fine. Okay, so we need to work a bit on the size, so it's gonna be showing, but for now let me just make this false. But you understand what I'm doing. It's just simply the same function we done for the picker. I'm just doing them again. Okay, so you can copy it from now here, or you get it from the attachments. I probably understand. So after the comment input wrap, okay, so after the input we can have another div, which is going to be comment circle icon. Okay, like this, and we're just simply gonna have an icon which is gonna be the emoji icon. Okay, now as you see, okay, so that emoji, when we click on it, is the one that's gonna open it. So we can we go right here. So on click, this is gonna be simply set picker to true. Okay, so now when we click on it, it's gonna open it, but we want also to hide it the same way, so you can just get the previous value of the show you before, and then change it to the opposite of the previous value. Okay, so now you can click to hide it and click to show it. Okay, so maybe I should go to work on the styles a bit so it looks good to understand what we're doing. Okay, so maybe go right here, and I didn't use comments. Okay, maybe you should. Okay, and right here we're gonna go to the comments wrap, and this is gonna be padding 10 pixels, and then 15 from right and left, and then we're gonna have another div which is called create comment. Okay, and this is gonna be display flex align item center. Okay, let me just hide this. Okay, so now we have this center, and then we're gonna have a gap to be 5 pixels. We're gonna also go to the create comment and then select the image and make the width 35. Okay, so now this is better. The image is always creates problems. So border radius 50%, object fits is gonna be cover like this. So now we can go, let me just get the next div because I forget it. So this one can take that. Right here we're gonna have position to be relative, the width 100%, the height 100%, and then we're gonna have, let me see, display flex, and I need some center, and then the background is gonna be variable PG fourth. Okay, and then we're gonna have border radius, which is gonna be 50 pixel, and then we're gonna have padding right, which is gonna be 10 pixel. Okay, like this. So as you see, it's been affixed right here. We can also select the input inside, so I'll select the input, and this is gonna be, let me just see, the outline is gonna be none, the border is gonna be none. Okay, flex 1 to take the space that it's available. Okay, and as you see, it took it all, and as we add elements right here to the right, it's gonna go to the left and it's gonna get small. Okay, the height is gonna be 35, padding 0 from top, and then it's gonna be 10 from right and left. The color is gonna be, let me just see, the color is gonna be variable, and it's gonna be color primary. Okay, and then also gonna have a background to be transparent, so it's gonna take the color which is BG4 with the parents, like this. Okay, maybe we can go back right here and then add a placeholder, which is gonna be write a comment. I remember, let me just see. So write a comment. Okay, so it's true. So this is the right one, so this looks way better. Also, as you see, we need to work on the function or the div right here. So let me go back, and we're gonna select the circle. So comment circle icon. The height is gonna be 30, the width is gonna be 30, and then we're gonna have display flex, align some center. We can just do it by display grid, then place items, center. Okay, same problem whenever I try to get autocomplete for this. Okay, and then the cursor is gonna be pointed. Okay, but we need, like when we hover on it, we want to change the color. So maybe we can go back right here, and this one, and we add like a hover for it, like 3. Let me just see. Okay, I feel like, I don't know what actual color is. Let me see one. So it's not 1, it's definitely 2 or 3. So 2, maybe 2. So we can go back right here and add a border radius for this. So it's rounded 50%. Okay, and right here you see, now we have it. I feel like it's not very visible, but it does the job. Okay, so let me just compare it with this one. Yeah, it's quite the same, and as we choose the other, it's going to be more dominant. So let's work on the rest of the icons right here. So we can go back right here, take the same div, copy it again, just remove this on click, and I'm going to change the name of the icon, which is, for this one, is going to be camera icon. Okay, and as you see, now we have it. We can take the same div and copy it 2 times. We're gonna have another icon which is called GIF icon. Okay, and another one which is called sticker icon. And as you see right now, we have the 4 icons. But if we click right here in the emojis to open, the emoji picker, as you see, it's gonna create this problem because this is not positioned, absolute or anything. Okay, so we've done this before. When working on the picker, we had that class name. So if we go back right here to the create post pop-up, and then the style, and search for the picker, we're gonna have this one. Okay, what is it? Okay, which is this one, comment emoji picker. We can take that and just simply go right here and have this div right here, this class name, which is gonna position it the way we want. We worked on that before, and I've told you we're gonna need it in the comment. So let me put this picker inside it, and now if we try again, which is simply gonna position its absolute to the right 0 and bottom 2.5, which is what we need right here. Okay, and now we have it right here. Okay, so simply as that. So you can now like click anything, write anything, go like for example in the first now, and then add something else, and it's gonna work fine without any problems. So this is done. So now we're gonna work on, we click right here, I want to open the input file and then choose an image and then show it also. So this is going to be quite easy. I want to click on here and then trigger the input file to click. Okay, so let me just show you, or to open. So let me just call this an image input, and then we're going to reference the input itself like that. So now we reference it, we can go back to this camera icon div and just click on it, and then on click we're just going to trigger this input to click also, and I'm going to show you how. We've done this before, so you know it now. So on click, I'm gonna simply go and then go to that reference and then go to access the elements and then click it. So now I can click on this one, and that goes, I'm gonna trigger this input to click also, and that's gonna open it. Okay, simply we've done this before. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Okay, also we're not gonna allow the user to pick any type of files he wants, so we're gonna start from the accept as we've done it before. So only wanna accept the types. So image / is gonna be, you can add star and allow everything, but I prefer to specify. So image JPEG, image PNG, image GIF, and then image / so PNG, JPEG, GIF, and maybe we can allow WebP. Okay, the same we've done it before. And also when we have a file, we'll have an on change, so we'll not treat that. So I'm gonna have a function is called handle image, and let's take that and let me create it. So const handle image, we're gonna get the event, and simply let's get the file that we've chosen. So we can simply go to the events.target.files and select the first element, which is because we only want to allowing to select one file. Okay, and then we can use the before we do the test on the size and and like the type, maybe we can first of all start by defining the reader. So reader is going to be new file reader. Okay, and then simply we can go in the reader dot read as that's a URL, and then we're going to read the file, which is going to be the file itself like this. And simply when in load, so reader dot on load, I'm going to have an arrow function which is going to get the events, and then simply right here we're going to have an image in the state where we're going to store it. So let's call it comment image, and then set comment image. Okay, and simply set that. So right here set the comment image, and we're going to simply go to the event and then access the target and the results. Okay, but before that also want to check for the file and if it's right or not. Okay, so first of all we're going to go to the file dot type, and we're going to see if it's different. Then let me just remove one. If it's different than JPEG. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we go right here and then file dot type is different than image / and then PNG. Copy that twice, and this is gonna be WebP and GIF. Okay, so if it's different than that, we can simply return. I'm not gonna do anything, but before that we can have like an error state, the same we've done it before. So this one, an error, and this one right here, set error. Okay, and we can set the error, for example right here, to like, we can just use backticks and simply select the file dot name, and we can see like for example as format is not supported. We've done this before. Okay, and also we're gonna check the file dot size is larger than the usual, like 5 megabits or something. Okay, like 5, and then do the same thing. For example, is too large, max 5 megabytes allowed. Okay, and then if we have an error we can show it also. So maybe after the input right here we can have it. So we can have a div that's called post error. We've done this before. Okay, and we can add comment error to it because we're gonna have a difference to it, and then this is gonna be post error, and then right here we're gonna show the error. Okay, and then we're gonna have a button underneath, and it has the class name blue button, which is try again. Okay, and simply this is when we click on it. We've done this all before, I'm just like showing you again. So we can just set the error to nothing. Okay, so and this div right here is only gonna show when we have an error. So when we have an error, then it's gonna show. And let me go like for example and do something right here in the error. So like let me take this, like just so you can see when we have an error, like for example file format is not supported, you're gonna see it this way. But we're gonna go to the class name right here, what is it, comment error, and work on that to make some changes, like making the padding 0. Okay, like that. Maybe add important. Okay, so now it's fixed, and as you see now this looks nice. Maybe you can also make the opacity to 1, so this looks better. So as you see, error handling is very important. Maybe, and if you click try again, you're gonna see this. So let me go back to the error and remove everything from here. So now we don't have any errors, and we can create one. So by simply like choosing a file that's not existing or not valid. So let's go back right here and let me choose a file that is just not valid. Let's go to desktop. Maybe I can select all files. Okay, go right here and try and select an mp3, and as you see, you're gonna see the format is not supported. Try again, and this is fine. Okay, so this is very cool. And as we have the image right here in the state, so we can just show it right here. So we can go back after this, and then when we have the comments image, we can simply have another div. Let's call it comments image preview. Okay, and inside this div we can have the image, and simply the source is gonna be the comments image like this. Okay, so now if I go into right here and choose an image, you're gonna see it right here. Okay, so it's created this problem, okay, because we didn't have the styles yet, but we can take that div, go back right here and select that and just go margin top 5 pixel. Okay, and then let me see, margin left 40 pixel. So it goes over the image like this, so it's under the input, and then the same div and then the image, and the width, like for example 100 pixels. Okay, and as you see now it goes back to the right way. The height is going to be 100 pixels. You can play with these values. Okay, and then the object fixed fit is going to be cover. Okay, and then simply can go, let me just see, I feel like I can do better with this. I don't know, let me just add border radius for now, 5 pixel. Like the width should be a bit more, maybe 150, maybe like this, and this is like 110. I don't know, I feel like you can play with these values and see how it's gonna look best for you. Okay, so I feel like 110 is not the best, maybe 100. Okay, let's go back to there, and this is gonna be way better. Also, maybe you can have a button that the user can click to remove the image. Okay, that would be a better experience for the user. So I can choose another image. So maybe you can have this div that we created before, which is called small white circle, which is gonna give you just a small white circle, and then inside this we can have an exit icon. Okay, it's not showing right now, it's showing right here. Okay, so maybe you can go back right here and make this div position relative, because that div we had it to position absolute, so now this is relative. And then maybe you can make the width like 160 pixel. Okay, and then we can select that, or is it small white, not what, like that. Okay, and it's gonna be right here, sorry for the typo. And now we can take that div and play with it. Okay, so you can select dot small white circle, and then right here maybe the top is gonna be 0. Okay, maybe the right is 0. Okay, like that. So maybe the right is minus, like, maybe we can just, first of all, let me just make it a bit smaller. So transform and then scale and then like 0.8. Okay, this is way better. Now we can just play with the values right here, like minus 5 pixel, maybe more, 6 pixel. Okay, this right minus like 2 pixels. Okay, minus 3 maybe minus 4. We just try it, it just is all gonna be okay. So now we have it there, and now when we click on it, we want it to remove the image, which is gonna be quite simple actually. So right here on click, which is gonna go right here, and it simply sets the comment image to nothing. Okay, so now if we click right here, it's just gonna remove it, and then you can select, you know, another image if you want, and then we're gonna have it right here. You can remove it, and the same thing, choose another image like this, and then you can have it. Okay, so I feel like this is pretty cool, and you can play with these values as I said and make it the best you want. Okay, so I feel like now we're finished with the comments for now. We're gonna go back right here when we work on certain things. Okay, so let's see what next.